The man stood frozen at the river's edge, his heart pounding in his chest. The small wooden boat had just vanished beneath the surface, taking the girl with it. Moments ago, she had been screaming for help, her face partially covered, her hands tied. He had heard her cries but had hesitated, unsure whether it was real or a cruel illusion of the river. Now there was only silence. The water was still, almost mocking. He dropped his fishing net in panic and took a step forward. Then suddenly, a strange bubbling began near the spot where the boat had gone under. The water churned, and from the depths a figure slowly rose. It was the younger man who had taken the girl to the river. Soaked from head to toe, his eyes were wild with fear, but in his arms he held a heavy wooden box. The box looked ancient, its corners wrapped in rusted metal, strange symbols carved across its surface. He dragged himself to the shore, collapsed to his knees, and opened it. A warm glow lit up their faces. Inside lay gold coins, strings of pearls, gemstones in deep blues and fiery reds. There were also small scrolls, sealed with wax, possibly old letters or maps. It wasn't just treasure. It felt like something sacred, something meant to be found only by those who had passed a test. And then footsteps. The girl stood behind them. She was dry, completely untouched by the water, and her eyes held no fear. The cloth that had covered her face was gone. She looked at them not with anger or sadness, but with a strange calm. "The river doesn't take the innocent," she said softly. "It tests hearts, not hands. And when truth rises, so does everything that was meant to be." Neither man could speak. They simply watched her as if witnessing a miracle. In the weeks that followed, their lives changed forever. The older man, once a poor fisherman barely surviving each day, used a portion of the treasure to build a strong harbor. He trained others, gave away boats, and taught the next generation the art of patience, timing, and faith in the water. The younger man, once filled with guilt and confusion, dedicated himself to rebuilding what he had almost destroyed. He used his share to build schools and shelters near the riverside, offering safety to those who had none. And the girl, whose past remained a mystery, became a quiet guide to many. People came to her not for treasure, but for answers. She rarely spoke, but when she did, her words carried weight. Together, the three built a place where no one would ever feel